Rahimi joins us now from Kabul. He's the spokesman for Afghanistan's chief executive, Dr. Abdullah Abdullah. Thanks so much for speaking to us. So election officials have been barred from leaving the country. To what end?
The Afghan chief executive and the election team he led, they followed the electoral procedure, what were expected from the team and himself. But during the process, there were violations of the electoral law, the rules and regulations. Then we were promised that these violations and irregularities would be dealt with through the Complaint Election Commission. That's why we joined the process and we followed the rules. But at the end, once the process were back at the hand of the Independent Election Commission, they omitted altogether the complaint process and reinstated their initial announcement, which led to the crisis. We believe that there are irregularities and frauds. Some 1 million fraudulent votes were cast during the election. No one has been punished or specified for these irregularities. In the current process, there are more than 300,000 suspicious and disputed votes. They were not dealt with. And that is why we believe that according to the biometrically processed votes, we have sufficient vote, and based on those votes, Dr. Abdullah, in a statement last night, announced that he will form a new government, an inclusive new government, not a parallel government as it was mentioned in your statement.
Okay.
And the commission, as you mentioned, also announced Dr. Ghani that he has more than 50% of the vote currently.
Now, it's taken 5 months just to get this result, and you're effectively saying election officials need to change it. If they don't, you are going to form this inclusive government, which is still, I'm sorry, it's effectively a parallel government because Ashraf Ghani's government is not going to step aside. So you will have two governments simultaneously working. Tell us how you really do plan to form that, and how will it be effective in competition with another government that will also be recognized by international partners?
Through the electoral process in the last 19 years in Afghanistan, Dr. Abdullah has been candidate 3 times. In all those 3 times, he's been victim of fraud and victim of the fraudulent decision by the election commissions. This time, we decided to stand for the democratic right of the people and for democratic principles and not allow the fraud and the fraudsters to prevail and steal the real vote and will of the people. We are ready for an international audit for the accountability of the system.
Okay, but that could take some time, and you may not get the result you want even after those commissions and investigations are complete. So if you still plan to go forward with this parallel government, I still need to know how it will work.
We will go ahead with the formation of the inclusive government. There are widespread support among all major political parties in Afghanistan. We have received support from prominent national personalities, from several organizations. There were demonstrations and also parties supporting this move across the country. These support will continue tomorrow and the day after tomorrow countrywide.
Okay.
We are currently, as I'm speaking to you, discussing at the highest level on how to go ahead with the formation of this government.
Okay, I only have a minute left with you, and I need to ask you a very important question. I mean, we know the Taliban has refused to engage in any level of negotiation with Ashraf Ghani's government. Why would a government with Abdullah Abdullah at the helm be any different? Do you think you could actually be more effective in this peace process with the Taliban?
The truth is, we were the groups who were supporting Dr. Abdullah, or they are part of the Stability and Partnership team at the moment. We are the people who fought the Taliban, and we have real issues and disputes with the Taliban, not Dr. Ashraf Ghani and his circle in the palace. They have entered Afghanistan quite recently. They have, in certain times, they have supported Taliban, or they have no issues, who have not fought the Taliban altogether. I think we are the real side of the conflict in the issue with the Taliban, and we have announced that we are ready unconditionally to talk to the Taliban and ready to take on the peace process mediated by United States and our international allies, and we are ready to talk with the Taliban.
Okay.
And Taliban also have indicated that this side of the equation is the party which Taliban might talk to.
Okay, Mujib Rahimi, thank you so much for joining us there from Kabul. We appreciate it.